Why was I 10,000 feet above mountains? Because I'm going on another safari, and this time it's in the good old USA. That's me, Brian. I've been working with exotic animals since 2000. My favorite animal is the tiger, and I like pizza. The co-pilot there is my wife. I call her Puddin'. She also currently works as a zookeeper, and she likes horses. Well, now that you know us really well, come along on our first safari to the Yellowstone area. After I took 5 Kenyan safaris, I kept hearing about how great the Yellowstone area was, so I decided to stay closer to home this year and see what everyone is talking about. A month before the safari, we took a quick warm-up trip to Michigan to see if we could see some black bears. We searched by sea and by land, but couldn't find any wildlife.
Sometimes you find nature, most of the time you don't. But we found just as amount of animals as they do on those stupid Sasquatch shows. There's no such thing as Bigfoot.
I would have been happy to see Bigfoot, except they don't exist. So a month later, after a 3-hour flight and a 4-hour drive, we found ourselves in the Grand Tetons, hoping to get back on a trail in search of some wildlife. I was happy to get the heck out of the car and take my first pictures of the trip. The mountains, even in these hazy skies, looked beautiful. From there we checked out the Coulter Bay area, purchased some bear spray, and stretched our legs by hitting the trails since the majority of this trip we would be in our rental car. We went around the lake and there it was, our first U.S. wildlife, the Canadian goose. Oh well, you gotta take what you can get. I couldn't get how beautiful the landscape was. But this area is also a dangerous place. You need to be cautious as wild animals are everywhere, even if you can't see them. On a sad note, already this year a few people had been killed by grizzly bear attacks. Since it was just the 2 of us on the trail and our first time here, we were sure to make a lot of noise.
Go Bears!
And we might as well root for our home team as we're at it.
Go Bears! It's raining and all the animals are inside. Go Bears!
After an hour of getting wet, we decided we needed help, so I bought a little guide for this safari. I figured a skunk would know the land very well.
Road skunk. Not you, though.
I should take this time to mention that Puddin' does not like to be on camera. We hit the road in search of anything, and just on one of the main roads, my quiet wife spoke the famous words, "I saw an animal."
Puddin' thinks she actually saw animal. Some kind of animal. We are on a journey to find animal. Way out there, there's animals. There's animals.
Stop though!
I know, but I thought you meant within the state of Wyoming.
So somewhere out there were elk. I drove on, and in a few minutes...
So out there I've seen pronghorn right off the road.
Pronghorn are the speediest land animal in the world besides the cheetah. But these guys simply had to walk away from me. And all the other cars had to stop by to figure out what the heck I was looking at. We then went back to check into our cabin.
Inside the log cabins. Or we're secluded out in the wilderness. Well, there's other log cabins, but kind of secluded out in the wilderness.
I left Puddin' there to sleep and I hit the road looking for more wildlife. I turned on Teton Park Road and saw a pair of Sandhill Cranes. These large birds can have a wingspan of 5 to 6 feet. I've heard them flying over me back home, so it was actually nice to see some up close on the ground. I sat quietly for a while, then drove on towards the Jackson Hole overlook. I spotted a deer walking away from me. Story of my life. And then I saw some elk. And I could hear some more off in the distance. I couldn't wait to get back and show Puddin' my blurry elk picture. And to rest up, as I knew for sure tomorrow would be a day full of wildlife sightings. Well, I hope it would.
Hope you enjoyed this episode of Safari Yellowstone. For more information about these animals, read the description below. As always, thanks for watching.